Hello there. There has been recent talk that Ukraine and Russia are nearing agreement on ending this carnage. But other news is that the US is threatening Russia and now China. According to some reports, Ukrainian and Russian negotiators are saying that there could be a positive outcome to their talks within days. But after the Russian attack on a Ukrainian military base very close to the Polish border, US President Joe Biden has warned Russia that any attack that strays outside the Ukraine border and into NATO territory would be met with the full force of the NATO alliance, even if it was an accident. But what would NATO do if a convoy of weaponry was annihilated by Russian forces, say, 100 metres inside Poland? But further, on the news that the Russian economy is in turmoil and that Putin has asked for the Chinese to aid his war efforts, the US has also warned China of consequences if Beijing decides to step in on the Russian side. This is escalating. Anyway, as I said, there has been talk of Ukraine and Russia nearing agreement in their negotiations. What the outcome of that would look like is anyone's guess. But if Russia agrees to it, then the war must be able to be sold as a victory inside Russia. And Ukraine will also not want it to seem like an unconditional surrender. So it's still all a bit foggy out there. But if there is a peace of a sort, what does that mean for the West? And for us, the ordinary punter? Does it mean back to business as usual for politicians and corporations? Start lowering sanctions on Russia to get the money flowing again? Turn the gas and oil taps fully back on? Get the grains and metals moving? Start importing the Russian wood pellets again to keep biomass energy profitable? Give Zelensky and Ukraine the Nobel Peace Prize while quietly stuffing a few more oligarchs into the House of Lords, maybe? Or do we keep sanctions against Russia in place, ensuring that gas, oil, metals and food prices stay prohibitively high for the foreseeable future, maybe many years? But why? If Russia and Ukraine come to an agreement, what would sanctions do other than punish the ordinary people of Russia and NATO countries for the shortcomings of their leaders, while the seriously filthy rich scam yet another fortune out of us and get to continue their opulent lives uninterrupted? And then NATO ships more soldiers and missiles into NATO member states that border with Russia. And how would we expect Putin to respond to that? It's hard to see how anyone comes out of this episode well, except for those that profiteer. And the ordinary people of Ukraine will pick over the smoking rubble of their homes and count their casualties and wonder what they had done to deserve all of this.